Imagine your beloved pet turning wild, eyes flashing, your home becoming a hunting ground. This isn't a horror film, it's the reality for those who thought owning a wolf was a good idea. The trigger behind this shift will shock you. Stay tuned. It might change how you see these majestic yet dangerous animals. The fantasy is tempting. A loyal wolf at your side, a symbol of power and freedom, straight out of movies and fairy tales. But this illusion is dangerous. That companion is a wild predator, and inviting one into your life is a gamble you can't afford. Today, we'll uncover why the allure is a trap. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The unbreakable wild instinct. What if the most basic act of care, feeding your pet, became a life-threatening event every single day? That's the reality with a wolf. You can't just put down a bowl of kibble. Wolves have an innate, hardwired food aggression that thousands of years of domestication have bred out of dogs. In the wild, they fight for every scrap. In your kitchen, that instinct doesn't just disappear. Imagine trying to take away a piece of food a wolf has claimed. It could interpret this as a challenge to its survival and react with swift, devastating violence. People have lost fingers, suffered severe facial injuries, all for a simple mistake. This isn't a training issue, it's a fundamental aspect of their biology that no amount of love or care can erase. Number 9. The destructive power, unleashed. Have you ever come home to find a chewed-up shoe and felt frustrated with your puppy? Now, multiply that destruction by 1,000. Wolves don't just chew, they obliterate. Their powerful jaws, designed to crush bone, will make short work of your furniture, your walls, and your doors. We're talking about shredded sofas, drywall torn to pieces, and door frames splintered beyond repair. This isn't out of boredom or spite, it's their nature. They explore, dig, and test their environment with their teeth. One owner returned from a 2-hour trip to find their wolf had ripped a hole through an interior wall, simply to see what was on the other side. The financial cost is staggering, but the emotional toll of living in a constant state of destruction is even worse. Number 8. The impossible social needs. Think your dog gets lonely? A wolf's need for social interaction is on an entirely different level, and it's a need you can never truly fulfill. Wolves are pack animals, wired for constant, complex social dynamics with their own kind. Without a pack of other wolves, they will view your family, including you, your children, and your other pets, as their pack. But they don't play by human rules. They establish dominance through physical challenges, nipping, and asserting control. A playful puppy nip is one thing. A wolf's playful nip can sever a tendon. They demand constant attention and stimulation, and when they don't get it, they can develop severe separation anxiety, leading to the catastrophic destruction we just talked about, or even self-harm. Number 7. The unpredictable behavioral shifts. You won't believe what triggers the most dangerous phase in a wolf's life, and it's something you can't stop. It's called social maturity. Around the age of 2 or 3, a wolf's brain chemistry fundamentally changes. They begin to challenge for a higher rank in the pack. That cute, relatively manageable wolf pup you raised will suddenly see you not as a parent, but as a rival. This is when most attacks on owners occur. The animal that once licked your face might now view your eye contact as a threat. Your command is a challenge to its dominance. It's a biological switch that flips and there's no going back. Owners are often blindsided, believing their bond was strong enough to overcome nature. They're tragically wrong. Number 6. The constant threat to others. Are you prepared to live with the fact that your pet is a loaded gun, ready to go off at any moment? A pet wolf is a massive liability. Unlike a domestic dog, a wolf's predatory instinct is always on a hair trigger. A child's high-pitched scream or a small animal running past can activate that prey drive in an instant. There are countless heartbreaking stories of pet wolves escaping and killing neighborhood dogs, cats, and livestock. The legal consequences are severe, but they pale in comparison to the moral weight. Imagine having to tell your neighbor that your animal, the one you chose to bring into a human community, killed their family pet. It's a devastating reality that many wolf owners have faced. Number 5. The legal and bureaucratic nightmare. Think you can just buy a wolf? In most places, it's a legal minefield, and for good reason. Many states, counties, and even cities have outright bans on owning pure wolves or wolf-dog hybrids. Where it is legal, the regulations are often incredibly strict, requiring expensive permits, specific enclosure requirements, think 8-foot fences, with dig guards and roofed-in sections, and massive liability insurance policies. What happens if you need to move? You may have to give up your animal because your new location doesn't permit it. And what if your wolf escapes and is picked up? Animal control won't treat it like a lost dog. It will likely be euthanized on the spot, no questions asked. Number 4. The veterinarian care crisis. What do you do when your apex predator gets sick? You can't just take a wolf to your local vet. Most veterinarians are not trained, equipped, or insured to handle a wolf. They are not dogs. Their anatomy is different, they react to anesthesia differently, and their behavior under stress makes them incredibly dangerous in a clinical setting. Finding a specialist is extremely difficult and astronomically expensive. Standard vaccines like rabies are not even approved for use in wolves, meaning even if you vaccinate them, they are considered unvaccinated in the eyes of the law. If your wolf bites someone, it will be put down for rabies testing, regardless of its vaccination history. You are utterly on your own. Number 3. The myth of domestication. Here's a hard truth. You cannot domesticate a wolf. Domestication is not something that happens in one animal's lifetime. It's a genetic process that occurs over thousands of years of selective breeding, creating generations of animals adapted to live with humans. A wolf born in captivity is not a domesticated animal. It is a wild animal in a cage. Its genetics are identical to those of a wolf in the Yellowstone wilderness. You can tame it, meaning you can condition it to tolerate your presence, but you can never erase the wild instincts that have been perfected over millennia. Believing you can single-handedly domesticate a wolf is not just arrogant, it's a dangerous fantasy that disrespects the very nature of the animal. Number 2. The heartbreak of surrender. What happens when it all becomes too much? When the destruction, the aggression, the constant fear finally breaks you? You can't just drop a wolf off at the local animal shelter. They are not equipped to handle them and will almost certainly euthanize them immediately. True wolf sanctuaries are few and far between, and they are almost always full. They are inundated with calls from heartbroken owners who finally realize their mistake. These sanctuaries have to turn away hundreds of animals, which are then left with no options. Most pet wolves, once surrendered, are put down before the age of 3. The dream of owning a magnificent wolf almost always ends in a tragic, premature death for the animal. Number 1. The ethical failure of captivity. Ultimately, why should a wolf have to pay the price for your fantasy? The number one reason you should never own a wolf has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. A wolf is a wide-ranging, intelligent, social carnivore designed to roam territories of hundreds of square miles. They are meant to hunt, to interact with their own kind, to live and die by the laws of nature. Confining such an animal to a backyard, no matter how large, is an act of profound cruelty. It is a life sentence in solitary confinement for a crime it did not commit. You are stripping away everything that makes a wolf, all to satisfy a selfish human desire to possess something wild. It's an ethical failure of the highest order. The desire to own a wolf comes from admiration, but true respect means leaving them wild. If you love wolves, support conservation, donate to sanctuaries, and appreciate them from a distance, where they belong, wild and free. That's the greatest honor you can give them. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, share it, subscribe for more, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.